the mid lane's going on at the moment. James actually doing alright here in these early levels against Arbed. Still getting the CS. Top lane Nando forever. 3-4 against the 1-1, so Nando coming in with a slight lead here. Takes control of this 1 versus 1 lane. See how much farm Raging Potato actually can get out of this bottom at the moment. It's just the 0 CS. Not looking too shiny at all for him.
Okay, so it seems like it's saved. Sorry, we seem to have like an observer issue. Apologies for those mistakes. James is farming well in the mid lane though. You know, with that high level of Enchant Totem, he's able to actually always get the last hits. And you can put a little bit of pressure until Timbersaw gets level 3. Now Abed is level 3 though. Doesn't really take too much damage from those Enchant Totems, and he'll be able to bully James a good amount now.
Overall though, these lanes kind of up and down. I guess the fact that, okay, yeah, Forever's catching up a little bit, but Nando certainly does have the lead up here. Bulba's trying to do something about this. The fact that this Venno is getting that much with this rotation. And James is keeping up really well with this mid lane. Arbed yet to really bully the Shaker out of this lane. It's not bad at all. These matchups that Execration have managed to get aren't too bad at all. Just this bottom lane really where the DK is suffering.
Abed's eating heavy harassment. That 2-2 build in the Enchant Totem and Aftershocks. The thing is that the Earthshaker has such better mana sustain. The Enchant Totem's only 30 while Whirling Death is 70. Abed though building into that Soul Ring soon. Still last hitting fine. Actually dead even in the mid lane. They're both harassing each other just about too. Abed does have the extra bonus of the Howl, of course, for those right clicks.
The 2 points reactive is going to be a little harder for James to keep up the damage that Arbed's outputting now.
Yeah.
Can now maybe expect to see Arbed take a bit more control of this lane.
Yeah, the multiple points in the Whirling Death too start to add up because you can, you know, stat loss usually lasts for 14 seconds. So not only is your damage reduced because you're a strength hero, but you can also get that secondary Whirling Death off for extra damage as well. We got Soul Ring now finished for Abed and forcing that lane. That's also the thing is Abed can push the lane in a little bit harder than James can because of the skill build. But right now, DC winning all 3 lanes by a slight margin. Bulba starting to stack up. Doesn't really have any charge opportunities. They're looking to claim bounty runes. Dubu takes one, Bulba as well, and then Lumic up top. Just looking to get that rune bottom. He's got a bottle, but Bulba and Dubu in position. They could actually. This looks like it's James dead for sure here.
It looks like it indeed. He's been pincered in.
And the bash.
That's going to be a
Give him another
+2.
one.
Oh. No.
No, he's got another charge. He's got Arcane Rune. Yeah, he's got Arcane Rune.
He's not getting out of this.
And the 2 supports are going to get it too. Unless he gets the suicide.
Oh, if he gets the suicide.
Oh my god. He gets the int.
He does get the int still.
But
I can't believe he doesn't.
I can't believe it. Well, now the charge coming out onto RR. Don't think they're going to dive for this one. But those are efficiency charges right there. It's an Arcane Rune.
Of course, there's lots of time as well that James is out of this mid lane. Now getting into space. Lumic's going to come in and try and pick up some of the solo action. But that is the Shaker out of the game for a little bit. Okay, now straight towards the middle lane.
Bora beating a lot of harassment top. Might be back to his tower.
But Arbed is now level 6, so this is where James has to be careful. Definite kill potential out from the Timber now.
Yeah. And yeah, level 3 reactive, they can't even really put too much harassment on him. Bulba getting into position with Dubu. That same exact time rotation. Last game was 5 minute 30, this game 5 minute 30 again. Looking to go aggro on James here, the charge coming in. Abed should be able to clean this up quickly. First blood. Oh yeah, that's first blood.
Yeah, quite a slow start. Finally coming through and did 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, and it's nighttime, so the double benefit from Howl they have, so more health from try to go for those plays. They didn't need it much that time, but just in case.
Yeah, it's bottom lane where Raging Potatoes catching back up to Mason in terms of CS.
Mason's down here alone for a while though, and he's just been farming. They can't really push him out of the lane because they kind of have like the same thing going on. They have the 2 points in Dragon Blood, and Mason has 3 points in Feral Impulse, so they both just have like regen versus regen for days. And that mid tower, this first catapult with that first rotation, that nighttime rotation with the first catapult, they are gonna, looks like they're probably gonna get this tower into deny range. One more hit from that catapult and yep, it's in deny range. So that must be why DC likes to do that 5-minute smoke. I see some teams do it at 4:30. I see some teams do it at 5:30. I see others do it later on. But DC seems to want to be doing it on that first catapult wave to try to get not only a kill, but also a heavy objective damage. Which they did. It's a very smart move. Venomancer level 6. About half a level ahead of Forev. He is susceptible to dying as the Venomancer up here. The rotation's coming out both from Dubu and from Bulba. They get vision of him. Bulba does not have mana for the charge though. You see him. They do place down a lane ward, so they're going to be able to go for that type of kill. So 5 more mana. And that's, I mean, Nando is definitely dead here.
They drop the coil for this. Not holding anything back. DC are in. I'm going to see Lumic turn up, but he's not going to be jumping in on that one.
Abed posted up on mid. James actually gets the deny. He may pay with his life here if Abed's able to get the proper chakram here, but no. James way too wary with that jukes.
Lumic is there on the side. They do have Echo. Is it enough damage though? I don't think it would be, yeah.
He's got the max reactive, already has the 20 stacks. That HP regen is too much on top of the armor.
Very hard for them to take down Abed.
James really has to watch himself here. He's actually just dead. Oh, they've got the Whirling Death though with the charge coming through, and yeah, he's dead. Still with the stat reduction from that initial Whirling Death.
I mean, Abed Timbersaw, definitely one of his finest.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it here. He's got a pretty nice lane mid against the Shaker. Any sort of strength melee hero that you're pinning up against Abed Timbersaw is not going to have the best of times. I mean, to be fair to James, he did get the farm, but we're seeing now, you know, one step out of place, and your life will be the cost.
Top lane, Potato. He's all the way up there alone right now, trying to pressure that tower, and he is isolated by 3 heroes. James is coming in from the back, though, but decides not to. They accept that Potato's going to die here.
It's another +2 for Dubit. Already up to +8 so far this game.
Involved in every kill.
Lumic, or smart heads up from Forev. Straight with
wait.
the TP out from the sidelines. Nearly found him there, the
That was close.
Bottom lane, Nando, chased down by Mason. Plus the stick charges, oh, the jukes. Nando, oh, with the wall block, oh! Doesn't matter, Abed's there, chopping down trees. They get it.
Oh, goodness. It's already 3k lead for DC, and we're only 8 minutes in.
Yeah, they are stepping up the pace early this game, Digital Chaos.
Yeah, tier 1 tower already being cleaned up, too. Mason and free farming, all 3 cores free farming. Execration's got to do something for damage control.
Yeah, in terms of CS, it may be looking good for the Shaker, but overall net worth, it's just, yeah, this is the difference.
Yeah, Abed's going to have such an early Bloodstone. And he even went for, I mean, very smart kind of thing. Goes for the casual cloak just in case.
Yeah.
Because they do still have a lot of magic damage. No DK form up online now either still. 30-second cooldown since he used it before. Trying to steal a dual camp stack at least here, and now they're just making their moves all the way toward top. They want to be able to at least claim the tower. Everyone's heading up there for James. Lumic. So Mason will be building toward that Mask of Madness build that we do see so often, and Bulba is continuing just warding, getting very deep ward, so he sees everybody top. He has a deep ward mid and also sees bottom where Lumic is standing. So they may actually even contest top as well, since they see where the Sanking and the Earthshaker are. They know it's only 3 heroes top at the moment. We'll see if they do decide to make that move.
Yeah, Potato trying to commit with the ult, but indeed there's the TP. Abed wants to hold this with Dubu and Forev. They get a Dream Coil, they can certainly go for it, and they'll drop it. They see Raging Potato, straight in, the Chakram goes, passes through onto 2. Comes out from Keeper of the Light, but Raging Potato getting nuked down low. Does have the Dragon Tail to hold Abed back a little bit, but he timber chains forward with the jump forward from Forev as well. That'll be another kill for Digital Chaos.
They're doing everything so far. Like, DC's pressuring, they take 2 tier 1s, they're even defending all their tier 1s. They're making all the right moves, and Execration's just struggling with their very, I mean, pretty unorthodox lineup. They're running a DK safe lane and an Earthshaker mid versus the Timbersaw. DC just has a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, that really is the thing, is what we saw, obviously, the switch around, trying to get that Dragon Knight away from the Timbersaw, but you're only dodging that matchup in the laning stage. You know, at the end of it all, it is a carry DK against a core Timbersaw.
Yeah.
Like that matchup is never going to be good, despite dodging it in the lane.
And even they dodge the lane, but they still put a strength hero versus him in the lane. So he still does incredibly well. Bottom lane, charge coming out, gets the stun off though, so he gets the charge. Now Mason coming in, trying to get some cleanup, but yeah, find either target with James coming in.
Arbed's still on track to get. You mentioned it. Really quick timing on the Bloodstone.
He just free farm these Venom Wars. He doesn't care. Free reactive armor.
Oh, Creep stole a CS.
Creep stole one.
Report. Oh, they may find Bulba here. Couple of stuns. He can charge his way out though. Bye.
And he's gone.
Nice epicenter.
Oh, and a regen.
Says. Ah, perfect.
The dream. So no more epi. DC has everything online if they want to get super aggressive, but I don't even think that they really need to. They've claimed 2 of the big towers. You know, the safe lane tower and the mid tower are the 2 most important towers on your side of the map. You get so many access points to farm and to pressure. DC very happy now. Mason just Mask of Madness. He's like, alright, time to farm jungle. He's got the armlet queued up this game, rather than the Necro book just yet. Very content with this. He can just farm while Abed pretty much does everything for him. Execration trying to continue that siege up top, but
very hard to do with Abed here.
Pretty much impossible. Dragon Knight, Raging Potato, safe lane DK. He's trying to farm jungle, but this isn't really what you want your Dragon Knight to be doing. As a Dragon Knight, you want to always be hitting the towers. This is why we don't see him DK safe lane, is because he's not really your traditional hard carry. He's your mid who pushes when the enemy mid laner leaves the lane, he takes their tower. But he's a safe lane DK. And now DC.
Yeah, this is gonna get messy as well. They'll find Nando. No way he gets out. DC, I mean it's 7-0. I don't know, Matt, but from the draft and from the way they laned it, I wonder if even Execration are looking at what they have and going, well, what do we actually do?
Can
with
they
this
win
lineup?
at any point? That's what I'm thinking.
How do they kill people? How do they even go about thinking about winning the game with this sort of draft that they've been forced into by DC? It seems like they've been outdrafted now, getting heavily outplayed.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a situation of both, and it's Execration. Like they needed these lanes to go super well for themselves, but now it's like they don't really have anything. What's their game plan?
Yeah.
Like what do they really want to do? They want to be able to group up and they want to hit towers with DK and Venomancer, but they literally cannot versus DC's lineup because this Timbersaw does not care. And neither does Forev. Forev has like a 10-minute blink dagger.
He might have got a little bit greedy here. And yeah, can he get out? He's got phase shift.
He looks pretty dead.
Yeah, he's out of mana. So
there we go. Hope that they overextend.
Forev messed up, and he will pay the price. And James does have the blink dagger. So maybe if they can find a big Wombo, Echo, Epi, you know, they've got all the big team fight ults.
That's true. That is true.
But Abed does pretty much have that Bloodstone.
Yeah,
100 gold and the Vit booster's there.
They were walking through Ward Vision, Potato and James, so they know that blink is online now, and they're starting the charge already. Echo off the mark, and now a global follow-up. This is going to be
I mean,
Potato
I think he
dead.
killed a wolf, but that was it. And now Raging Potato, he's gone, and James is paying the price as well. Another strike from Bulba comes in. 2 more for DC. And you know, I say they got to land the Echoes. That was not landing the Echo. Hit a couple of creeps and a wolf. Bloodstone now out for Abed. 15 minutes in.
They are looking completely disconnected on Execration. Looks like five players just doing their own thing all across the map. Lumic has Blink Dagger bottom, so maybe they'll be able to contest this, but I don't think so. It's way too deep, especially without Echo Slam online anymore. They're charging up the Illuminate. Puck Orb is gonna scout Lumic. They see the Sanking now. He has to get the hell out of there. But he gets coiled up.
That's going to be TP it now. They did cancel the TP.
Fine.
I was going to say. Some space for Nando up top. It's going to get charged upon. Bulba on his way from base. And the tier 2 there, they could TP to help him. No, Nando's gone. Nando will get out. 9-1, losing tier 2s at this 15-minute mark. It is looking incredibly scary. But
they're gonna get Dubu.
That's a freebie.
Trying to get some wards up, but spotted by the Radiant Ops and the Execration. He tanks the gank, we'll say that. I don't think they were trying to gank, but he'll tank it anyway. Dubu always trying to get those deep aggressive wards down. The Bloodstone finished up, as we were saying.
They're looking straight for the Lotus Orb as well, so...
That mana leak. Get rid of that mana leak, reflect all these different stuns. Be super nice. Remove Gale.
And all in all, Mason continues to farm. Master Madness.
He's just been farming for a while.
We'll see where it goes now. Do you think maybe now he does pick up the Necro free, or does he just pick up the BKB and look to fight? We said there's a lot of team fight.
I think BKB is fine.
Yeah,
I think BKB is just the safer route. I think he can go the book if he doesn't want to just straight team fight. He may not even be needed in the team fights is the thing. Abed could just be the team fighter while Mason just goes for full split push with a book. It could be a possibility. He might just be... They may be talking it out and deciding it still. I mean, they're in such a massive lead. It's only 3,000, but it feels infinitely more because it's a safe lane Dragon Knight. Radiant scan. Trying to see if they're trying to dive through behind this tower to get the Coddle. It is successful, but now, uh-oh, charge coming out onto James. The Choil's there.
Yeah, they've got the lockdown onto him, and the global coming out just before the fish is dropped. So no chance for a response from James. Check it down for 40 seconds. So, Parbet, Timber chaining himself away. DC are actually going to try and wrap around and see if they can catch some members of Execration on the way out. Lumic is already out of there. DC will be able to get themselves in position, take another tier 1, and again, DC very good at getting these deep walls down, keeping this map control.
Continue the siege. They know that everyone on the side of Execration's back. The thing is that's the thing, is Execration does have a lot of deep push with the Coddle, of course. It's super hard to push it. Then the Dragon Breath, DK. Now, Raging Potato actually used the Elder Dragon form to try to find something there with his Shadow Blade, but not able to find any opportunity. And now the Wolves scouting out Execration. They see exactly where the Dragon Knight is. They already have vision of the mid lane, so now they know exactly where everyone in Execration is. You see under no threat for the farm.
Bulba going straight for the BKB next, and yeah, Mason's still yet to spend. So you say almost certainly just determining with his team what's going to be best this stage.
Yeah, maybe like they may not even need anything. They win a fight. He just buys the Necro book, or maybe even goes for like, I don't know. It's a little crazy. The Deso, we used to see it a bit. Just goes for the Roche, but
yeah,
maybe Echo Saber. He does still need some mana.
Yeah, true. Echo is certainly.
That was the old kind of build we used to see. I think it might just be the book this game. Just
maybe even the AC.
Yeah,
if they do want to get something for the push.
He's got options. Just say that. And they go for the smoke. They've got global up in 15 seconds. Don't know if they really need it so much, but okay. They do see everyone posted up in the mid lane. They just saw Dragon Knight invis up with the Coddle. They see Nando charge coming through.
See what Execration can do in response. Now the strike to bring him back. Raging Potato trying to come in from the backlines, but instantly getting cursed up and silenced up. That's just safe lane DK gone.
He just like walked and died.
He just walked and died. Now DC, off the back of those two picks, they'll take a tier 2. Now maybe even find something down bottom. James and Lumic trying to get the tier 1 with the push. James will TP out in time and Lumic does escape. DC won't quite get the tier 2 for now, but clearly still maintaining this lead that they have.
Veno goes for the mech build too, so trying to have some sustains. They do have like the DK kind of push lineup with the Veno, but they don't have a scaling lineup. Their lineup actually is such an early game team compared to DC's, which scales super hard into later stages.
And Mason has started to invest now.
So it is the BKB. That's the safest one. We thought maybe he just goes full out YOLO because they feel pretty safe in this game, but still just one safe. Mason the Rock.
Very, very hard game for Execration hit.
Keeper Light's almost got Aghanims, about 1,200 gold away, so that'll just give him sustain if he does ever get that, but the fight is still just not good enough from them.
And he's dead. Bulba, Arbed, catching him out. Starting to rack up those Bloodstone charges, now up to 15. Mason turns it away from the BKB completion. I'm going to head into the pit. taking one down, feeling that they have the space to do so. And definitely the situation that they do. Unlikely that Execration can do anything to stop this. Even though it's not necessarily the quickest of Roshans.
No,
but it's a safe one. They've got Arbed tanking it up. They're not going to get low.
Mason wasn't using the Mask of Madness. He doesn't have, he's not popping the Howl either. He's just doing it. He knows that they have no threat of doing it. He doesn't have to rush it. Now he pops the Howl. Shit off fast, a little bit faster. Yeah, Execration is like showing everyone on the, or the big playmakers and everything on the map. DK and Earthshaker was showing bottom. So that's all the information DC needs to do pretty much whatever they want. Mason actually takes the, okay. That's different. As far as I've seen still most players taking the 12 strength. He takes the 12 feral HP regen.
Okay.
I mean, he's got 22 HP regen now. 34 total. Pretty damn high.
I guess pretty nice what's out there. HP regen maybe against the damage over time from Venom stuff to offset it.
Yeah, because he has an armlet too, so he can offset it a bit. That's a good point. I haven't really seen anybody go for the regen over the strength, because I mean, 12 strength on a strength hero is pretty damn high.
True, yeah.
It's 240 health, 12 damage. Just gives you a lot. You get a HP regen. 0.3 HP regen.
Still this 7k gold lead. No slowing down in the progress of DC. Red. Get mana leaked, but I mean, even if the whole team's there, very hard for them to actually bring down this Timber. There's loads of Sorb and such. They are smoked up Execration. Looking for some sort of a jump towards the mid. They throw it all down.
Yeah, I think they should always be echo slamming single kills like that when they're at this much of a deficit. They're not really making anything happen. So now they're actually about to claim an objective. They claim their third tower of the game. And this is one of their first aggressive moves of the game, though, that they actually make.
And it's a big kill. Who got the credit for that? It was
Raging Potato.
Raging Potato. He's Silver Edge first up. I mean,
it'll be okay versus the Timber, but the thing is that the Silver Edge is the thing about Silver Edge versus Timber is you have to get it before he has the reactive armor. So that's because if he already has the 20 stacks, then they stay. It doesn't do anything. So it can work, but it's still it's still a safe lane DK versus a Timber Saw like before.
With first time Silver Edge at 25 minutes or something.
Yeah. It's very well, not super slow, but it's slow.
Yeah. And he may be in trouble. They're smoking up and they're heading his way. Potato. Can he get out of this one? I don't know if he can. Perev's there with the setup from the Yules. Oh, they didn't quite get the vision and the Dream Coil down, but they do still get the connection with the charge. And with another sentry place, they'll find it. A little scrappy from DC, but they get the kill nonetheless. And actually get a bonus D ward out of it. 14-3. Another tier 2 falling in the middle lane. Lumic trying his best to push this wave out. But it still continues to look very grim for Execration. Not been their series today.
Coddle's about to have Aghanims. Maybe somehow they can play around that with the heal. Thing is that is one of the big windows. Coddle Ags is no joke. It can actually make everything much easier to play Dubu. Oh, right next to James actually almost accidentally enchant totemed him.
Aftershock.
He almost got him with the Aftershock by accident.
Dubu knew. I guess Dubu saw him. But yeah, right, still
very close.
Opting to TP very close to it and knew where he was standing.
So the diffuser will be the next choice by Mason. Still, it's like one of the best damage items. The best way to close the distance too. Just purge somebody. It's pretty much like it's not really a stun, but they can't really run away well.
Nando setting up with the wards.
Coddle Aghanim's finished up, so he's got Blinding Light and Mana Leak whenever he wants to, and same thing with the Recall to bring his teammates around.
They They're actually going to take Nando out of there. Bring him back to base.
They saw 4F setting up.
Let that tier 2 go.
No way they can defend this. I mean, pushing high ground is still like impossible versus Benno Coddle.
Yeah, they need to get kills outside of the base for sure, DC.
Yeah. Or they can just brute force it at one point. I mean, maybe not now. They do still have Aegis, but they have global. They could just like Puck jumps in with global and they just go for crazy dives. But I don't think it's the time yet. They have to make sure that their lanes are good. There's no point in taking that risk when you have this much of a lead just yet. Aegis gets reclaimed. Back to farming.
How's James doing? I mean, after that Blink and Yules, it's just going to be the BKB making sure that he has a chance to get his spells out in his team fight. But even then, Mason obviously with his own BKB. We've been mentioning soon to have that diffusal complete.
Potato takes the 40% experience talent this game. Last game they took the 40 damage on the DK, but this time he feels like he needs to hit level 25 really fast in this game to really be a force. So now Gem picked up by the Coddle too, so with that Aghanim's daytime, he definitely at least look to D-ward. But 30 more seconds till night, and that could be when we just see DC actually try to take an engagement, maybe smoke up and take a fight because they have Lycan for the double HAL benefit, and they still have every ultimate ready to go. And of course the Coddle Axe won't be working at that time. Abed looking to force something on bottom. James is there. They get the charge going on him. Link is on cooldown for 8 seconds.
Gonna chase it though, TC. Chakram won't connect. And that will put them off from going for more. Top lane bit of split pressure put on by Lumic. Just have the TP ready to come back if needed. DC, we'll see how hard they want to go in with this push down bottom. Ready to go. Got to watch out for these big ults from the high ground, James.
It might just
down the one to watch.
With the BKB on Mason and the defusal now. We're trying to force it a bit.
Try and go in there, but now, and there's the response with the global, the Dream Coil onto 2, trying to force Raging Potato back to safety. He's using a fair few of the rolls, not losing anything too much.
Nice
James
echo.
comes with the echo, does indeed grab 2, but Abed, timber chains down, Mason moving forward with the BKB and the ultimate form, not quite enough damage to kill off Execration, so Execration do hold. Both teams throwing a fair few of their ults out there, in fact pretty much everything apart from the epicenter being used, but Execration get DC away from their base.
Yeah, still like impossible to break high ground. Well, not impossible, but you can see how difficult it is. Venom wards, Coddle, some of the harder heroes to actually push versus. So they need that next Aegis. Aegis and Cheese will make it a lot easier, and if they can ever find pickups. But that Ags Coddle with the gem is making it difficult because they can't put down good wards, so they can't play around the wards to get pickups. Spurtbreaker can't set up as easily. Lumic top. Putting some pressure onto Mason.
Yeah, DC,
Boba has dust though, and yeah, Lumic is now dead. Boba just with the perfect positioning there. Peak dodge.
Greaves out to Nando.
Full Greaves, okay. Well, he can remove the silence now from himself to get himself in a good spot to put the poison over it, but does not do a whole lot just yet. It does a lot of damage though when he hits level 18.
Abed working his way towards that Octarine, and he, you know, level 22 still absolutely massive. Hasn't died at all this game.
65 HP regen at the moment with 15 reactive stacks because of that Hood, Hood, Lotus, and his passive talent 14.
Because the Hood it's just really so good this game. There's very little ways that Execration can offer. He's got the right clicks from the DK in his Dragon form. That's nice.
That's it.
You know, he's got no damage on it. It's just a Silver Edge, and now looking at BKB.
That is literally all
He's pretty much invincible, Abed.
Yeah, I think so. I actually don't think that they can bring him down, even if they isolate him. I think if they isolate him at 5 and they have the Silver Edge beforehand, I think if they use everything, they might be able to bring him down. But if they don't have the Silver Edge, I actually don't think that they can kill him. Especially when he gets Octarine, because he's going to get so much healing from it. And a cheese on top. Oh yeah, there's no way they kill him. think Abed could actually just be timber chaining past the tier 3s into the tier 4s and not really have too much concern.
Yeah, you can tank the fountain.
I don't think the fountain so much, but maybe he could try.
DC. Once again, ready to fight, ready to rock and roll.
Yep. Abed. Oh, he's trapped in here with them, or are they trapped with him?
James can do anything with the Echo.
72 HP. Oh, they actually got most of his mana down at least, but he has a lot of bloodstone charges.
DC, they're just blaming the tower. Execration needs to do something.
There's like nothing they can do. There's just nothing they can do. They have to watch their tower die. They can throw some spells at it, but slowly but surely that tower is getting pulled down. 5 seconds till daytime.
And we'll get Mason at least once. Popping the Aegis. He's going to have BKB up for round 2. James looking for the control, but Mason gets the chance to put the BKB in the ult as well with the Diffusal Blade now turning towards Nando. Dream Coil dropped down onto the Venom. Still DC back off.
Mason bailed out hard as the BKB was used. Didn't want to overcommit.
Krishna are trying to chase a little bit. James still has the Echo Slam. Can he get any sort of a jump? Jumps to the sidelines, finds
nice
Dubu.
global, but yeah, he's going to kill this life anyway.
They've got the Yules up. Oh, he's got the Glimmer Cage. Do they have detection?
Yeah, they
Like they need it there. They've got it on him. Burrow Strike comes through. Dubu left behind, so Dubu will go down. Still a lot of damage done to that tier 3. But Execration are slowing the pushes down.
Small gains.
Little tiny gains.
Yeah, it's as soon as it hit daytime, Lycan pops the BKB, pops the ult, hits one person, and then sees that it's daytime Coddle, and he literally just bolts the hell out of there. It's just too much to deal with the sustain, and mana leak plus blinding light is just way too much. You have to wait for that nighttime. No, it is a little risky. Who actually did anyone use the cheese? I don't see them.
I guess
They must have used the cheese. Yeah,
or yeah, say giving it to someone else, yeah.
someone must have used it, yeah.
Abed's got the money for his Octory now. Continuing just to be insanely ahead of the game when it comes to farm.
Yeah. It's still going to take them a bit to be able to siege though. Same thing, Coddle, Vandal, DK, Earthshaker. Very hard heroes to push into. Now Boba though, has a BKB of his own. He's got a charge going on. Who's it on? Is it just on the creep wave? No, it's actually on the Venomancer.
He's committing as well.
Yeah, he's got BKB.
He's going to play around with Nando. Nando has got some backup. Ranging Potatoes there, but there's Arbev with the bigger backup. Jumps forward, shots down Nando. They did drop the coil for that. But
oh no, the Echo's completely off the mark.
Oh, James. By BKB's TP's out. I mean, Raging Potato will get away. But no, not the Echoes that they need.
Ouch.
I mean, even if it hit, it probably wouldn't have made much difference though. But it does mean he hasn't got it for this potential defense.
I think that's the big thing. I don't think he should use it in those type of opportunities because it's not like they can get kills out of that. The best kill they get there is Bulba, and that's not really much. And now there's no Echo for the high ground, and there's no Dragon Form for the high ground either.
And there's no Venom for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Silver Edge hit. Hey. No.
No, he's not gonna die. They have the Howl still. He has Octory too, so he life steals from everything.
Bed's gone. Split going on from Lumic down in this bottom lane. Creep wave shoved around. And Execration will have everyone back up. The shrine's being taken. Mason working his way to getting the AC complete. This game really has not shifted flow from the start to the right now. 35 minutes in, it's really been DC maintaining a lead. Not necessarily shooting incredibly far ahead, but it's just the fact that they are ahead. And with the 2 drafts in mind, you know, Execration have just left themselves with very little options.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't really have great, like we're saying over and over again, emphasizing it constantly, is their late game is just not there.
No.
They don't have a physical damage dealing core. Their objective is Dragon Knight. They've gotten all the tier 2s and everything, or most of the tier 2s, but they haven't left their side of the map in quite a long time. DC now smoked up. They've got global. They've got everything ready to go.
This is going to get messy. Bulba straight in with the charge. Onto Silence comes in onto both of them.
The
That's
perfect
the
kill.
goal gone. They can look to get more now that that pesky Mana Leak man is out of it. Yeah, escape off the Venom. Raging Potato tried to go for the BKB-TB, but indeed the bash is there. Raging Potato taken down as well. 70 seconds, no DK.
No Coddle for 30 either, so they can now force that high ground, and it turns into nighttime. Perfect timing for that double Hal benefit, and let the siege begin.
Maybe more kills as well. Arbed playing around with Nando.
Yeah, he ain't afraid. So they've got Sanking and Echo Slam, or Sanking and Earthshaker positioned in the smoke. Here we go, charging it up.
Well, they're blowing everything on Mason. Can they kill him off?
He's dropping low with the Hal heal.
Limit Capes as well, backs off. That's the Camille of the ults. Does not get the kills that Execration need. Arbed just stands between the racks and between Execration, keeping them off.
Coddle's back, and he's able to spam a good amount here. Not daytime though.
Oh, Mason does get stunned up, does still have the ult, ready to fight, charging in, goes for James. James is down. Dreamcoil connects onto Lumic, the stun's there. Bulba looking for the bashes, has the Nether Strike to bring it back. Lumic down as well. Buybacks now coming out from Lumic on the Sand King. Can Execration get anything out of this? They do stun up Bulba, but Bulba still has the BKB. Walks it off. I mean, DC, they don't get any of the melee racks. So, I mean, Execration aren't killing DC. But they're certainly making this game go very slow for them.
Yeah, I think this game is inevitably pretty much over. I think they're just kind of like trying to stall them as much as possible. But yeah, DC now have deep wards in, and for the next pushes, they will be very ready to claim
3
those.
wards in the base.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Was that even any buybacks from them? That was just the Sanking
Just
buyback,
the one
right?
Sand King buyback, I believe, yeah.
They've got Armlet now on DK.
They got Armlet.
He's got his 37-minute
I got Armlet, boys.
Cho's still trying to put up as much of a fight as possible. Bottom lane now, Sanking, isolated. Venomancer is also charged up. They're probably going to lose both of these guys. Nando and charged. Abed up to 23 charges, and now also with the pipe. So the pipe will help them at least siege better. Not so concerned about the, not as concerned, just not being able to get slowed down by the Coddle Blast or Veno spells. Go. Siege begins, 48 seconds, no Sanking. Veno has to buy back if need be up. And still nighttime, so there's no Aghanim's heal from the Coddle. Mason gets stunned up though.
They have the change to no. There's going to be the global silence coming through. Nether Strike from Bulb as he jumps up to the high ground. Looking for James. James getting bashed up. James is gone. Turning their attention now towards Raging Potato, who's trying to man up onto Mason. Gets the stun off Glimmercape. And not actually going to save Mason as the sentry is down. Mason falling incredibly low. He's gone. They do get the kill onto Mason, but Execration have already lost 2. Get anything more, break hit onto Arbed. With Mason gone, DC will be forced back. I mean, that's a pretty massive kill for Execration. Lots of money going to Raging Potato. I don't think anything more. They're looking towards Forev. Can they get Forev out of this? He's going to blink up to the high ground, but Nando's there prepared for him. They'll get the stun connection. They'll take Forev as well.
And that's the gem that they stole before. Oh, actually, that's Bulba's gem. I think somebody else is holding the other one. Or it's at base. Yeah, the other one's at base.
I mean, if DC managed to lose this game, I'll be incredibly impressed.
There's no way. I still don't see a way for Execration to push all the way out. Their heroes just naturally do not scale like DC's do, but they are getting some nice little windows. You know, they're slowing down DC siege every single time. They're just Mason unable to really focus down the buildings. Recalling coming up from Execration. Potato in position. Maybe they're gonna.
Roshan is up.
Are they gonna try for a Roche? DC scans it out. They know that they're in the pit.
It's not going to be a very quick Roshan either.
He's up in 5 seconds on Mason. Puck's dead for 20. Abed is gonna be the problem here. Abed can just walk in. It is daytime though, so they do have the extra heal and sustain, so they will be full.
Do they really get away with it? That is the question. Numa's going to stun up Arbed, but indeed Arbed comes across, throws down the Shadcram. He is out of mana. Do get the chain stun onto Bulba, trying to bring Bulba down. James does have the Echo Slam available. Arbed keeping them at bay, making sure that James and Lumic can't get the blink in. Raging Potato looks to man up onto Mason, forcing Mason to actually back off from this. Back in from James. damage, definitely the limitation here for Arbed. They do have an epicenter. Forev dropping the thing, and phase shift dodges the Echo Slam. James getting silenced up by the global. Arbed now turning it to move back in on this. Mason beating into Reggie Potato. Reggie Potato revealing himself out of the Silver Edge as he comes out for a hit. It costs him his life. Arbed with the Chakram, slowing down Lumic and Nando. Mason moving forward. They've got the Shiva's Guard. Nando down.
3 dead for 80 now. That must be it.
Finally, DC looked to being able to get the potential to finish off this game.
Just by brute force.
A very rough one indeed for Execration, but they certainly did give it their all with some of these defenses. And at this stage, as much as they may try, it's not going to be enough, as DC just had the much more comfortable draft, comfortable lineup, and they did not have the safe lane DK.
Yeah, I think both of these games we can say were... I don't like always saying like it's a straight outdraft. I think DC did outdraft them. DC got way more comfortable heroes for themselves, especially in this game, but the outplay is way higher. DC has definitely been making the way better moves all over across the map. I mean, this game was what, 9-0 or something at one point, or 2-12 or something? Like, it's just them making all the right moves and Execration unable to really make the lineup is a bit wonky, we could say. I mean, it's a safe lane DK. It makes it very hard to kind of play around. Throne, the Ancient, dying, 2000 HP.
Maybe they think they can have one more go. They've got 4 back up, but yeah, they just tag out. GG, well played is called. DC take both games against Execration. As, yeah, I really feel if you're looking back at the draft, seeing that Arbed was on the Timbersaw, you're like, this is a dream game for a Timbersaw, and this is a dream game for, the fact you got Arbed playing that matchup as well. He was always going to go ham. He certainly did. Entered the game 7-0-14. No hiccups whatsoever for Timber.